Hi everyone, welcome to your August Alchemy Scopes. It's been intense lately. We just had the new moon, and we also simultaneously are going through a Venus-Saturn square and Mercury conjunct Mars opposed Pluto. So there could be quite a bit of... Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Good. We could have quite a bit of anger coming up, quite a bit of irritability coming up, a lot of deep issues arising, causing responses and actions, thoughts of kind of aggression. So hang in there and really stand back when those come up and really look at the bigger picture, because know that this is the cycle that we're in. And with the Venus-Saturn square, it's very intense because there's a necessity, there's such an obligation to mature our values, what we love and what we do, to put detail into that which we love and that which we do. It's quite intense. So you might be feeling some limits imposing upon you recently. But it is a new moon. It's a new moon in Cancer. It occurred at 23 degrees Cancer. And the Sabian symbol, the symbology that's imbued within this new moon, that's flavoring this entire next cycle, is a woman and two men castaways on a small island in the South Seas. And it's an interesting symbol. Kaipacha was referring to Dane Rudyard and his assessment of the two men and the woman in this scenario. And it refers to kind of the three aspects of self, which is what Dane Rudyard referred to, which was the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. And so the mental was male, the emotional was female, and the spiritual was male. I can't say whether or not I agree with that assessment, but in this particular assessment, it's interesting because the symbol is on an island in the South Seas. And there's something about being on an island that's a bit of isolation, a feeling of isolation and limit. I'm going to move this. Again, my arm's getting tired here. So, excuse me. So there's a sense of isolation, of all those aspects of self, of the mental, of the emotional, of the spiritual, feeling isolated now. There could be that. And also it's the South Seas, and the South typically refers to below and underneath. It could refer to the underworld and going into the depths of self. So it could be thematically for you that this month, this cycle is just diving deeper, especially with these astrological aspects that are taking place. So let's dive into the scopes for the individual signs. A reminder that these are evolutionary scopes, meaning that these are about your soul's evolution. Since I began The Alchemist Awakens, this channel is devoted to your awakening and your soul's evolution, your maturity, your stepping into your power. It is about you diving deep into your essence, self, your soul print, and fully expressing your infinite power. And we have a long way to go. I mean, the majority of humanity has a very long way to go. Most of them aren't very awake yet. So anyway, so when you look at these scopes, know that the 6 points, which is the Sabian symbol, which we just talked about, so the symbology that's imbuing the story in this cycle. And then when we look at the I Ching for the particular sign's microcycle, the micro theme, and then we look at the spread, which pulls up the particular story that's unfolding for your soul's growth. And then we look at the Ascended Master for guidance, the Archetype, which are the qualities that are asking to be matured in you, and then of course the Dakini, which is evoking within you the embodiment. So what embodiment would optimally serve you to handle, to flow with this particular cycle for you. So this is a holistic scope. I hope you enjoy it. So let's move on to those. Hello, dear Taurus and dear Pisces. So I am recording this I Ching microcycle for both of you this month because you both received the same hexagram. You both received number 40, deliverance. And the two trigrams that make up this particular hexagram are thunder above, water below. And here's the meaning. After a thunderstorm or any time of extreme tension and obstacles, a period of new clarity and fresh opportunity follows. The storm has the effect of clearing the air and suddenly reducing atmospheric tension. Deliverance is at hand. In the wake of a storm on land, deliverance appears in the form of new color and new life, which bursts forth in all the fields and flowers. In the wake of a storm at sea, deliverance takes the form of land itself. Make a clean sweep of the past and move deliberately. Great clarity of purpose and renewed vigor can follow the healing of old wounds. Pisces, welcome to your spreads and cards. So let's get into it. So this month I'm coming back to my 144 card custom deck that I made for myself, my series deck. And we're going to pull the theme that is going to be coming up for some, if not the majority of Pisces this month. And then I'm also pulling a tarot card, one for each week. And I'm using Dame Darcy's fabulous deck. They're very fun and they're fabulous. And then we'll go ahead and shuffle the Ascended Master and shuffle the Carolyn Miss Archetype card and pull up the quality set that's wanting to be evolved through you this month that will directly relate to the theme that's unfolding. And so before we start, I have here our, it's a little dark now because the sun's going down, but I think you can see it. This is the Cancer New Moon card that is presencing our spread today. And this is from the Lady Morgane Moon Oracle card deck. So she's here with us for this fabulous spread. And I'll read a little bit here. Of course, she imbues the qualities of Cancer. And here we are at the Cancer New Moon. And these qualities are going to flavor the entire month, yeah? So this is about withdrawal into the self, growth and development, safety and security, protection, nurturing, healing, feelings and sensitivity, the need to let go of the past, moving forward, flow, learning from and integrating from the past, strength and virtue, which I love that. So I'm going to move her over for a second. So I've already shuffled the series deck. So let's go ahead and pull it. And we'll see what theme is coming forward for some, if not a majority, of Pisceans this month. Okay. Okay, interesting. The Courage card comes up for you. It came up for another sign as well. Okay, so at the root, Pisces, for you, let me adjust here, adjust my cards, is taking action on communication and that taking courage to enact. It's very interesting. So at the core of the issue is communication. And it's about taking action on communications. Now, I would say that this has to do with generally for you. This is not necessarily about communication with one individual, although it could be. But what I'm sensing is that this is about you enacting a new level of courage when it comes to your communications in general. So this is beautiful. I'll leave these upright. So, yeah, that's the central theme. Now, emotionally for you, play comes up. Now, play might have come up for you last month. So emotionally, you're going to be in a sense or a feeling or a theme within yourself of play. You're going to be feeling playful. That's good. And you're also going to be feeling hopeful. So just innately, this theme is ripe for you to be in a space of hopefulness, which is gorgeous. Now, a couple things. One is at the foundational level, you're going to, and this has to do with, because this is all connected, of course, this is all the same theme, it's just different aspects of it. So regarding the communications, this month, Pisces, you're going to be able to see clearly how you're going to be able to recognize clearly in others the signs of how you communicate. Meaning you're going to be aware or awake or able to see with clarity how others respond to you. Okay? So that's beautiful. And it's going to evoke thoughts of hope, which is interesting because in the spiritual sector, there's sadness that comes up. And what I'm getting, and I'll show you these cards in a second, what I'm getting is that there is kind of a foundation of sadness. And it has to do with communications, and it has to do with play. It has to do with a lack of play. So there's sadness that's out of foundation, and now you're seeing with clarity what you need to do. You're hopeful. You just need to enact the courage and make the move. So sadness does reside. This is pretty dark. I hope you can see that at all. I don't know. But sadness is kind of residing within you at a core level, Pisces, this month. But it's interesting. Now, what I'm getting is it's almost a melancholy, almost enjoying the sadness, because the comfort card came up, as did the delicious card. So it's almost like you find comfort in sadness, which, by the way, a lot of people do. A lot of people do, because it can be depression, for example. Not that we're talking about depression exactly, specifically right now, but something like depression can become addictive because there is a comfort level to it, you know, and that doesn't require our action. We can actually just wallow in it. And so it's interesting. So comfort, delicious, and sadness. So there is a sense of melancholy that you've been playing into that's at a foundational level here. However, it's good because you're seeing things correctly or seeing things accurately with more clarity. You're feeling hopeful, and you recognize the need for action. You're recognizing the need to be courageous in your actions, in your movements with regard to communication. So that's wonderful. So let's take a look at the weeks. I've already shuffled these and I've pulled them. So let's look at week 1. Now, beautiful. So 8 of Wands comes up for you in week 1. And again, week 1 begins the week after the Cancer new moon, which is on the 15th of July. And 8 of Wands is expedited action. This is about quick movement. It's about synchronicity. It's about great flow. So there's a quickness that's happening. There's a speed at which things are flowing for you in week 1, which is interesting. So, yeah, so that's good. So let's look at week 2. King of Cups reversed. Now, this is speaking to the sadness here. So the King of Cups reversed is coming up in week 2. So that could easily be speaking to this comfort in the sadness that's coming up in the spiritual sector of your theme this month. So week 2, a depression could be activated within you. Now, the King of Cups could be a person that it comes into your life or that is already a part of your life. It could be a water sign person. However, because of the theme and because really I do soul evolutionary spreads and readings, this is all about evolving the soul. It could very well be a person. It could be a man, although this is a general reading, so it could be a man or a woman. It could be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. But the thing is, because of the spread, because of the sadness card that came up, and because it's reversed, importantly, this could easily be speaking to a bout of sadness that comes about in week 2 for you. So let's take a look at week 3 and see what's coming up. So the Justice card comes up. Beautiful. So, and this is about balance. It's about fairness. And it's about equal exchange. So this is beautiful because the reflections that you're seeing within others is providing you information for equal action, for the action, the courageous action that's needed in communications. So it could very well be that in week 3, there's a sense of ownership, self-responsibility that you feel with regard to your actions. And you feel a sense of justice. You feel a sense of fairness that either needs to come about or that is coming about. So that's really fabulous. So week 4, great, Pisces. I mean, the Chariot card is about mastery of the mind. And it's a great success card. It's an ability to handle your mind. I mean, really deeply, it's about the journey, mastering the journey through the mind. It's mastery of your mind. But in different interpretations, it's about success. It's also about journeying, although I don't think that's the case necessarily for you in this week 4. It could be for some of you. Could be that you're journeying somewhere, going somewhere, traveling somewhere. But this is about mastery, and it's about control. I don't really like the word control. It's more the ability to handle, to manage the energies that are at play, what's going on, in order to get to your destination, in order to get to your goal. Great. Okay, so let's take a look at the Ascended Master cards. These are, of course, Doreen Virtues cards. And the Ascended Master offers specific guidance, as you know if you've tuned in before. And it very often adds another element to the story that is the information that's coming out. So let's see what Master is coming forward for Pisces. I mentioned this on another scope. My shuffling has been very rough tonight, and it's because I've been detoxing for a week, and my body is very focused internally on its healing. So my motor skills are a little rough today. It's been quite interesting to do the spreads in a state of relatively low energy. So anyway, let's go ahead and pull. Let's see what Master, talking about energy. So you get Merlin energy healing. And this is about, Pisces, this is speaking to the fact that you are a healer inherently. You are a healer. And this is also speaking to you might need healing. You might need energy healing. And again, with the sadness card coming up, with the potential for melancholy or almost enjoying the sadness because there's a comfort level to it, which is not, it's not nothing to be ashamed of. It's just, it's what many people do. It's because it's the known, and with the King of Cups coming up reversed in week 2, it could be that healing for you, having a massage, having a Reiki session, going to a hot tub, working with crystals would really, really serve you this month. So I'm really getting that as the strong message there for you, Pisces. So let's go ahead and pull the Ascended Master, or excuse me, pull the Archetype. And this is Carolyn Mrs. Archetype card deck. And I love these cards because, number one, my work is about archetypes, symbols, story, and how they live in living systems. They are imbued within living systems. And my work is about the holistic nature of nature, yeah? So, but the thing about archetypes that are so fabulous is that we each imbue all of them. But we're encoded with certain primary ones. Our particular soul print is encoded in a very distinct way. However, these cards are pulling up the quality set that wants to be evolved, matured within us for this particular cycle, because if we do, it will serve us in handling this particular cycle. Wow. I mean, Pisces, fabulous. I mean, you're getting some really good cards. The Chariot card, and here's the God card. Let me read it first, and then I'll show you the card. So the lower frequency manifestation of God, despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. So it's a matter of control. And then the higher frequency, so what wants to be evolved within you this month is benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. So it's recognizing yourself as God and others as God. Getting to a deep place of compassion and clear seeing. Now again, going back to the fact that you're seeing reflections in people that are growing you. You're seeing yourself in others this month. So the fact that the God card came up, that you are God and others are God, is gorgeous, because that's enabling this belief system to root about hope. A thought stream is coming forward within you that is hopeful. That is something else. I mean, that's quite delicious. So Pisces, great. Let's go ahead and look at what Dakini is coming up for you now. Hello, dear Libra and dear Pisces. We're getting lots of duplicates this month, and you both this month share the same Dakini Goddess that came forward to reflect the embodiment that's asking to be taken on by you this month in order to flow with least effort over the course of this cycle. You both received number 62, Crystal Gaia. I'm going to read a little bit here from the extensive information. This is from Penny Slinger, and if you would like to dive deeper, the link to her full document is in the online library, which is below this video. She is the heart of the earth, holding water, becoming solid and transparent. She is the crystalline energy at the heart of the earth. She represents the deep knowing of the crystal beings, the ancient crystal ones, their consciousness, clarity, and insight. She resides in the crystal cave and emerges from a pool of liquid crystal light. Her chakras are glowing with the lights of the 7 crystals in the 7 colors of the rainbow. She is here to reinitiate you into the intuitive wisdom of the crystal energy, which is your birthright. Her body transforms in and out of the crystalline state. Liquid crystalline energy runs through her crystalline form. She connects to the chakras of the planet, where the crystals within the earth are glowing brightly and vibrating at high frequencies. She seeks to fire up her planetary crystal grid. Her energy seeks to be reborn at this time, for hers is the language of resonance and attunement. I'm going to go into another section here. Crystal Gaia offers the gift of her crystal self. She is the treasure. A need for clarity, crystalline clarity. Transparency is indicated in intention and in action. Make decisions that are resonant with the deepest clarity of your heart. Promote projects that take action around those things that are most inclined to bring those involved into harmony, into resonance. I'm going to read that sentence again. Promote projects and take action around those things that are the most inclined to bring those involved into harmony, into resonance. Connect with your natural gifts of intuition. Use the energy of crystals to help you reconnect and or to heal. The movements of crystals in our outer ear establish our sense of balance. Use crystal energy to balance yourself, to come into equilibrium internally and with the energies of the earth and the heavenly bodies. I'm going to leave it there, Pisces and Libra. And again, the link to, if you would like to dive deeper, it's your option. You can do so in the link below this video.